Hi everyone, my name is Bethany and I'll be teaching a Pilates class today. All you need for this class is your body and a mat. If you don't have a mat, you can also use a towel or just lay on a soft surface that isn't going to be hard on your back, your tailbone, your neck, and your head. I'm going to take you through a slow warm-up to begin, and then from there we're just going to go right into it. This class is pretty fast-paced and I also have it synced with music. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to hear the music on YouTube, so I will comment all the songs that I use, so if you wanted to follow along with some good music, you can do that as well. So we are going to start by laying flat on the mat with our feet on the ground, and we're just going to take a few deep breaths here in through our nose, filling up the chest with air and out through our mouths. Continue to do 2 more big deep breaths. As you inhale, notice your belly getting bigger. And as you exhale, make an O with your mouth and blow out all the air. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take note of how our body is naturally aligned with the floor. So we're going to notice how much weight we have in our tailbone, how much weight we have in our shoulders. And we're going to pay close attention to how much weight is off the mat naturally. I don't want you to change anything, I just want you to notice. For most people, we have a small space under our back that you can feel. Some people, it's a big space, the size of a tennis ball. For some people, maybe the size of like a pea. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tip my pelvis forward and make that space bigger. And everyone should be able to put their hand under their spine. And then I'm going to engage in my core, and I'm going to bring my belly button in towards my rib cage and lift my pelvis back and completely erase the space. So your core should feel tight, engaged, and lifted upwards, and you should feel very little space between your spine and the mat. And then from there, all we're going to do is just relax our muscles and go back to that natural place that we had before. So I'm even going to relax a little bit more to when you feel that you're not tensing any of your muscles, you're not engaging in your core, you're just naturally released. Your pelvis should be in line. And this is what's called your neutral pelvis. So this is where we're going to work from. And we're going to play with the idea of tipping our pelvis forward and back. So again, we're going to tip our pelvis forward. And then we're going to engage in the abdomen and pull it in. Tipping it again. And then lifting in the abdomen and getting rid of the space. And then relax and go back to neutral. From here, we want to try and keep this neutral pelvis, and we just want to lift our right leg. Then we're going to switch legs, and as we switch, we want to try and keep this neutral pelvis here. So we don't want to lift off the ground, and we don't want to tuck. So we want to stay right here, and we want to switch. And in order to do that, you're going to have to keep your core tight and engaged. So that way you're not tipping back or tipping forward. So we're just going to switch a couple of times. And bring both your feet down. And then we are going to roll over onto our stomachs. And I'm placing my hands here, and I'm going to lay my forehead on my hands. And all I'm going to do, I'm not sure if you guys can see this, is engage in my abdomen and lift my stomach off of the floor. And release. It's a very small movement, but you should be able to feel your abdomen working. To lift your stomach off the ground and release. And lift. And release. And then you can lift your elbows up off the floor and do the same thing to lift and release. So again, you're lifting your belly up toward your rib cage, and then you're relaxing your belly and letting it spill into the mat. Do this one more time. And release. Very good. And then we're going to come up to our knees with our hands flat. So what's important here is that our hands and our shoulders are in line with each other. So we don't want to be too far forward. We don't want to be too far back. We want to be shoulders in line with our hands. And then we also want to make sure that our knees are in line with our hips. So we, again, not back here and not back here. We really want to be in a stable position here. And what I'm doing here is, again, I'm lifting my core. And then I'm going to take that same idea of tipping my pelvis like we did when we were laying on the mat. And I'm going to tip my pelvis down so my butt goes up. And I'm going to mirror that by looking up to the sky. And then I'm going to bring my pelvis in, my pubic bone tips toward my head. And release. This is called cat-cow. And engage in the abdomen to bring your stomach up. And release. And then we're going to take our hips and our head to the right. Down. To the left. And to the back. And then go to the left. To the front. To the right. And to the back. One more time to the right. And up. You can go on your own time now. And to the back. To the left. And up. And right. And back. Very good. Sit back into child's pose. Stretch out your spine here. Nice and long. Take a few deep breaths here. And sitting up. All right, so we are going to begin the more calisthenic part of this class. So I'm going to start the music, and then all you guys need to do is do your best to follow along with me. And then if you have any questions, feel free to message me on Instagram, and I will put my Instagram handle in the comments. Or you could probably comment directly on the YouTube video. All right, so we're going to start by laying on our backs. And we're going to bring our right or left leg into our chest. And we're going to roll the chin down and lift our head and shoulders off the floor. And then we're just going to switch.
Easy now, no need to go down. Drop that one that is away from. Easy now, no need to go down. Easy now, no.
And this is a little loud, so we're going to cut this down a little bit. So as you're rolling up, you're going to notice right here is where it gets really hard and you start to feel that shaking in your core. You just want to push through it, acknowledge the struggle, and then lay back down. See, even I'm shaking, so it's okay. A little faster. Now we're going to straighten our legs out, heels on the mat, and again. one's harder, for me at least.
Nobody gets it. Say I'm too sensitive. I can't listen cause I'm the exits. Is mine? Is it mine? Who am I to judge? I should be fine, but it's all too much. I get overwhelmed so easily. My anxiety.
One more.
Inside of me makes it fun to be what's come over me. Feels like I'm somebody else.
All right, now we're gonna do the hundreds, which is our favorite Pilates move. All we're gonna do is pulse our arms 100 times. Our options for this are feet on the floor, pulsing like this, or we can lift our legs up this way, or straighten them. So I'm gonna go in the middle today, but pick your poison, and we're gonna pulse 100 times.
Should be fine, but it's all too much.
If you want to switch your position halfway through, you can.
Fine, but I'm not. I get overwhelmed so easily. My anxiety creeps inside me.
Halfway there.
Feels like I'm somebody else. I get overwhelmed so easily. I get overwhelmed.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest. All right, so next we're gonna do our push-up track, everyone's favorite. And for this track, I will do a little demonstration quick before we just go right into it. We're gonna start with 5 regular push-ups. Everyone should try at least 1 regular push-up, but you can also do modified push-ups on your knees. So we're gonna do 5 regular push-ups here. And then we're gonna go back into a downward dog position. And we're gonna do 5 push-ups here. Then we're gonna roll through, find a good solid plank position, and do a tricep push-up down into an up dog. Find our push-up position again. Then we're gonna do 3 regular push-ups, 3 downward dog, and 1 tricep rolling through. Then we will do 2 regular push-ups, 2 downward dog, 2 triceps, and then 1 regular push-up, 1 downward dog, and 1 tricep push-up. All right. Get ready. 1 regular push-up. I'm sorry, 5. 5 downward dog push-ups. 3 push-ups. 2 downward dog. 2. Woo! I'm falling over. Bring your arms a little closer. One more. Good job. Going back to the downward dog. Crossing your right arm under. Oh, sorry. So next we're gonna lay on our stomachs. And I like to call this the swimming track. So what we're gonna do first is we are going to engage in our core, kind of like how we did in the warm-up where we just lift our stomach off the floor. And we're just going to lift up in our upper body. What's important here is you don't want to like lift up super high and tense in your shoulders. That's not what we want. So we just want to lift up a little bit and release. We're going to do that a couple times, just the upper body. And then we're going to do just the lower body. Then we're going to do them both together. And then we're going to do what's called swimming, which is everyone's favorite, where you take your right arm and your left leg to start and you alternate, and then you go a little faster, and we're swimming. Try and keep our arms and our legs off the ground at all times when we do. Lifting up. We're going to be doing a plank series. So we're going to start in plank, and all we're going to do is lift one leg at a time. This is already hard. And then we're going to do mountain climbers. You can do them slow like this. You can add a little hop to it. Then we're going to drop down to our elbows and do hip dips. And that's what we're going to rotate through for the entirety. Ready? It's gonna hurt, but Piane's gonna make you stronger. Get ready? Lift your right leg. Mountain climbers. I'm gonna start laying on my left side. I'm supporting myself up with my left elbow, and I'm keeping this engaged. I'm not sinking down here, I'm staying lifted. And then you can keep your hand on your hips, or you can put your hand in front of you, whatever's more comfortable. And I'm gonna pulse forward 10 times, and then I'm gonna take it to the back, pulse in the back 10 times, and then I'm gonna swing forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. Then I'm gonna cross my right foot in front of my left and pulse the inside leg 10 times. Then we're gonna switch to the other side and do the same thing on the left, forward and back, forward, back, and the inside leg. So starting on your right side.
They tried to put me on the cover of Vogue, but my legs were too
Crossing to the
long.
front.
Every day is leg day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Skies, calves, all the way. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday is the
To the back.
I get on my runway. Ready for it, hunting. Ready for it, hunting. I'm legendary. All legs, no dairy. I'm legendary. All legs, no dairy. Legs, legs, phenomenal. Legs, legs, phenomenal. Legs, legs, phenomenal. Legs, legs, legs,
Bending the leg. You want to stabilize yourself with your core.
Sunday is the one day I get on the runway. Ready for
I think I said we're doing 10, but I lied.
I'm legendary. All legs, no dairy. I'm legendary. All legs, no
Switching
dairy.
sides.
Legs, legs, phenomenal. Legs, legs, phenomenal. Legs, legs, phenomenal. Legs. Naomi Smalls. Christy. Naomi Smalls. Cindy. Naomi Smalls. Naomi Smalls. Legs, legs,
To the back.
legs, legs, phenomenal. Legs, legs, phenomenal. Legs, legs, phenomenal. Legs, legs,
Swinging.
legs, legs, phenomenal. Legs.
Keep it swinging until the song comes back.
They tried to put me on the cover of Vogue, but my legs were
Inside leg.
long. Every day is leg day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Skies, calves, all the way. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday is the one day I get on my runway. Ready for it, hunting.
Keep going.
I'm legendary. All legs, no dairy. I'm legendary. All legs, no dairy.
Two more.
Legs, legs,
Good.
phenomenal. Legs, legs, phenomenal. Legs, legs, phenomenal.
All right. So we are going to end with one final plank track. It's the hardest one. So if you've made it this far, congratulations. We're going to start by doing taps. So we're going to alternate arms, tapping our shoulders. Then we're going to do up downs. Then we're going to switch to a side plank. And the other side. And then we will do that whole thing one more time after a quick rest. All right. Oh. Okay, we got this.
They say, oh my God, I see the way you shine.
Coming out to our plank position. Up, down.
And now I beg to see you.
Yes.